Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today is September 17th of 2023. It's Sunday, 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius at 2 p.m. Today we're going to do an emergency repot. It rained all last night and into this morning till about 1 o'clock when it slowed down and stopped. But I found my geranium flipped over by the unknown. I don't know what attacked it and knocked it over, but I don't know how it's going to be, but I got to do something with it anyway because there's a lot of weeds in it. So I had it soaking for a half hour so it loosens everything up. And the soil I'm going to use is 5 parts perlite, 4 parts cactus mix, and 1 part worms castings. So here's the geranium. Let's see if I can get it down lower for you. And you can see, let me get my old bucket open, so I can throw all the junk in there. And you can see all the weeds in there. But the first thing I'm going to do is cut off all the flowers. You can see how all goofed up it is. Take it all the way back to here. It's a shame to cut the flowers off, but they smell good. And I can't do nothing much with this weed here. So I'm going to cut it back to about here, that weed, so I can pull it out as soon as I get everything out of here. Now here's some more that flowers on here that I'm just going to snip it off. That's from soaking. And we got some back budding here. So what can I do? We can make it even a little bit shorter by having it grow out in a directional growth this way. So I'm just going to cut it there. Let that dry a little bit and just take off some of these leaves. Right here, the big ones. So that way there I can try to make a mini out of this. Then we'll see what happens. But we'll save this piece. We'll let the end dry up a little bit. And we'll take this piece off here, if you can see it. I think that'll be good for it being a low grower. You can see how it was healing here. But let's go and do our thing. Now I gotta take it out of the pot carefully. There we go. We're gonna use the same pot. You can see all the roots there. But I don't know if half of them are. I'm going to get rid of this old screen. Plop it someplace. Plop it here, Tom. Get it out of your way. No sense looking. And I'm going to take my steak fork and just start pulling away at here. Get these weeds out of here. Man, you can see that big weed. Into the bucket it goes. Another big weed right here. Man, weeds grow where you don't want them to grow. Another big weed. Whoa, we got a super big weed right here. We gotta get that bugger out. Yeah, more weeds, more weeds. So what will we have left? I don't know. Let's look a little at a time. There we go. I got a lot of I got some good roots still left to it. So let me just dump all of this. Now you can make a geranium bonsai, why not? This one I think is about from last year, or the year before, I don't remember. Should have marked it, but I didn't. Or if I did, it got away. But you can see there's still some nice little roots growing here. Let's take some of this old stuff off. And with this up in the air, I think we're going to cut it right above here. So we can have this to branch out, up and out. So we're going to cut it right here. I'll make a nice little mini cutting. Let's see if I got little mini pots for that. So we got these two cut. This one's a little higher than this one, but I'm just going by the growth. And I'm just going to cut this dead piece off right there. Get that out of the way. And I'll cut that back a little bit right there because we still got some, it's fall, so the roots should grow. Just like that. There we go. Nice little radial root base developing here. Now this is growing up on the top. We want it to come out, and we got roots down here. But I'm going to keep these roots up here. I'm not going to cut this off because it's not spring yet. I want all this to develop and see what I get in the spring, see what happens. So let's get all this old soil out of the way. Let me put this here. Yes, I got a couple of paper towels. I was going to use my gloves, but what are you going to do? That is life. So, let's get this all out. I got my pot. We can wipe that off. Wipe it off. Wipe the inside real good. Because we're going to reuse it. Why not? And I put the decals on. I sprayed the glue on there, and I sprayed the gloss finish on there so it stays on. So you know that's the front of your pot. So now, Tom, what are we going to do? I'll be right back. I'm going to get my, what am I getting? I have no idea. Oh, my screen. You're losing it, Tom. Let's get cracking here because these people won't let us sit here all day looking at you repotting something. So I'm going to take my green screen that I got. Oh, that fell down. So we're going to flip our pot over so we can cut it. So we're going to cut it about there just to fit it. And we're going to take our shears. And we're just going to try to go even with the pot. So I like these screens because once you cut, you just follow. You're not going to go crooked because you're going to follow the lines. That way there you got a nice straight cut. Easy breezy. There we go. Just like that. Get it out of the way. And then we'll fit it over the top of the pot. And I got my mark right here. Just going to give it in a little bit and just cut it straight down the line. So that way there you got a nice straight cut. Save that. Let's flip it. Make sure we stay our front there. There we go. Fits in good. Now, let's get our mix. Let me cover up this old soil here. And we're going to get our fast straining mix out. Cover up our pot. There. Let's get everything out. And now, here's our little cups. Our measuring cups. I like these. They work good. They're cheap at Walmart. I just put everything in the bottom. You say, Tom, that's a big pot for that. Yeah, I know, but I want the roots to grow on this. I want them to grow. I still got maybe about a month left before the frost comes, because it's supposed to get hot again. So it's going to go up another 20 degrees. But what are you going to do? we can get it in this way and spread out our roots just like that. But before we do that, I'm going to get Mr. Spray Bottle and spray in the indentations, because that's where we're going to put it. We're going to give our roots a good wet, good spray. And we're going to wipe our hands, get our mucus out, take our bag of mucus, and I'm going to take a nice scoopful and where I got the indentations for the roots, I'm going to put some in there all around. And then I'll get this up, put my mucus there so it doesn't fall over, and just put it all on the roots so it attaches itself to the roots. There we go, see? Let's get it on there. The beneficial bacteria is good, it's not a fertilizer. So we're going to lay it down there a little bit. There we go. Close the bag up real good so it'll get no moisture in it. Push the bag down and squeeze in it to get all the air out. And Tom, what'd you do with the rubber band? There it is. Get our rubber band on there. Keep it nice and sealed. Now we'll get our geranium and we'll just poke the roots out. So the roots keep developing their nice radial root base. I'm going to put this back here more. And we got it more in the center here, but a little bit off. A little bit at an angle, and there's our front. So when we look at it, it'll look like a triple trunk tree. So I'm just going to put it in. Just saying, Tom, why a geranium? Because a lot of people can't afford plants. And a geranium, you can get them when they're at home at Lowe's, when they got the pile of plants that are pukey looking and you have to get rid of them and they're not doing good, and that's where the geraniums usually end up. And you can get a geranium, bring it back to life, soak it real good, give it some fresh water. After a couple of weeks, it start being good, and then you can pot it into a little bonsai pot, and it's going to grow for you. It's a cheap, easy bonsai tree to do. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bamboo skewer and just fire it in, just like that. Fire it into the root system. Fire it in, fire it in. Make sure you fire it in. Get all them air pockets out. Fire it in. Fire it in. Fire it in, fire it in. There we go. And then we're going to take and push it in. Just like that. And I'm looking for my stuff. Oh, I got that stuff sitting and washing because it was all old and yucky looking. So let's get this here. It's a little bit off. It's all right. Because I got most of the roots here, so I want them to grow out, and then the other ones can grow in a little bit. And now we're going to just give it a good spritz. Get all that surface tension out. There we go. And then we're going to get Mr. Elephant, water a little geranium in there. There we go. People are having a lot of garage sales now, so now's the time to go out and look for your turntables. There we go. And Tom, do we have a nice big flat rock? I don't know. Let's push the soil in real nice. Doesn't have to be that high up because the roots are all down here already. You can see the nice root flare coming out. And let's take our little cuttings on the side here. And so nobody knocks it over. Maybe I can put this big rock in here someplace. Nah, that's going to be way, way, way too big. So, what can we do? Okay, Tom, you're always in a hurry. So, I got some rocks over here. Another rock here. And another rock here. So maybe we can put this in the front. Put this one back here. This one here. Just to hold the roots down. Just scatter them just like they'd fall someplace. Just like that. And then we're going to take our 50% torpedo sand and 50% peat moss. That's how it looks. And we're going to dress up our little landscape. Put it in. Put it in. And with the rocks, hopefully it'll hold it down so nothing gets at it again. Just like that. Put it in. We got all the roly-polies that were in here. I got them back in that bucket so I can dump all that soil out. That's those pill bugs or whatever they call them. I call them roly-polies because once you touch them, they roll over. So let's just put our sand in there and our sand and peat mix. And you make a nice little base. With all this rain, maybe I can get some moss for my outdoor trees. I don't know, I'll have to look. There we go. I don't like to get the moss where they walk the dogs because I tried it once by the vet. There was some nice green moss. Beautiful green moss. Excellent moss. I took it home. I soaked it a little bit, and boy, the smell of the urine coming out of that moss, I had to dump it. It was no good, but that's why it was so green, all that nitrogen from the dog urine. So that was no good to use. I mean, I probably could have soaked it more, but better be safe than sorry. There we go. Let's give it a spritz. Let's get that everything mixed in real nice. I'm supposed to rain some more today or tonight. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. So this would be a good time to get it out there. And I'll put it in a shaded location. Even though it's cloudy, the sun pokes his nose out once in a while. There we go. Let me get a little more to sand mix out to cover the rock a little bit. So the rocks look like they're not just sitting on top. Put that one there. That one there. And we'll just spritz it some more. That way there it blends in. You can see how the torpedo sand, you got the little mixed rocks in there with it. So that's good. And do I have something to put there? Let me open up. Well, since it's fall, let's see what I got here. Well, I got my pumpkin. I got 3 pumpkins we can scatter around here. Like an old pumpkin patch, because it's fall. Reminds us that we planted it in the fall, and I'll put the a tag on there. There we go. Some pumpkins just to dress it up. So, today is Sunday, and you know what it is. It's family night. And I can't believe what they got on that catchy TV. They got the binge marathon of our Miss Brooks, all the old TV shows from the 50s. So that's what I've been trying to watch all day while doing some work. I mean, our Miss Brooks with Mr. Boynton and Osgood Conklin and Richard. Oh, I can't think. Richard Crenna played. I can't think of his name right now. Walter Denton. That was a good show. Very good show. All of the old TV shows, man, that was fabulous. So that's what I'm watching today. I'm going to have a cup of tea after doing this. And finding a spot to put it in. And then, you know what you do today also after 6 o'clock? You spend time with your family. And if you can watch some old R. Miss Brooks shows, man, those were fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous old shows. Fabulous old radio shows, too. They were good. There we go. We got that all done. So, what are you going to do after 6 o'clock? Turn that phone off. Tell everybody, don't call me unless it's an emergency. One ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, and call again. I'm with my family, and today's family night. So you take care, everybody. Spend time with your wife and kids, and just relax. It's Sunday.